Okay, so my name is Osel. Tibetan you would pronounce Vösal, Hanarvetawe Kausalasal, Vöselbos. So it means clear light. My name came from my parents. They were super hippies in the 70s in Ibiza. They were so hippie, they couldn't get enough of being hippie. Suddenly they discovered some Tibetan lamas giving meditation. They're like, oh, this must be amazing. They already did everything, the LSD and the smoking and the, doing all the crazy stuff the hippies would go do. I think Dr. Getzo knows pretty well about that. I didn't do any of that. I was very well behaved in the monastery. No, I'm not joking, really. Until I was 18. Well, we can talk about that later. But so my parents were super duper mega hippies, and then they became super mega duper Buddhist. Even though their actions were not so Buddhist, they would fight between them. And after 35 years, they still don't talk. So even though they say, oh, I'm Buddhist, I don't believe them. Because for me, actions speak much louder than words. But that's another story. That's my own perspective and my own judgment. So it's only my perspective, obviously. Maybe you ask somebody else will say, oh yes, they're so Buddhist. So I don't know. I really don't know. I have a very good relationship with them, and luckily, and my son also loves them very much. So long story short, the lamas came to Ibiza somehow. Don't ask me why or how, but the Lama Soba and Lama Ishe ended up in the most hippie, crazy place on the planet, and they're giving a meditation course, a workshop. So my parents, they really enjoyed it, and after became super fanatic. And then they moved to the south of Spain, the Alpujarras, is near Granada, and they started a retreat center. So my father, he was a builder, so he built everything with friends and other people, volunteers. And my mother was a good organizer, so she was organizing. And then the best friend, a French guy called Francois, he had his mother was very rich, so he was sponsoring everything. And slowly, so together they were able to start the center, and it became a reality until His Holiness came. It had no name, so then he called the place Veseling, the land of clear light, because it reminded him of Tibet. So when I was born, then my father, he did some meditation. He was like, oh, Veseling is a good name, so I'm going to give him this name. So that's my name, my given name, passport name. And so I grew up in India, in a monastery. When I was 2 months old, actually I was 18 months old. So I was already working actually when I was 18 months old. I was working as a brand. The brand name was Lama Osel. So I worked since I was 18 months old as a brand, and my family was living in Spain. So I grew up with the Tibetans until I was 18. And I did my best. I really tried super hard to make all the sentient beings happy. But then I realized that I cannot even make myself happy. How can I make anybody happy? It's impossible. It doesn't make sense. So I decided to leave the monastery. Like Tashila also, he left. But I think I left before, no? And then how many years after you were?
I was there for a long time after you.
How many years? I left 2003.
Yes, I was there to 2016.
2016, about 13 years extra.
Yeah.
Wow. So he arrived up to Duar. It's very special, very high class. So actually, Tashila has a very great knowledge. If you have any doubts about Buddhism, Dharma, technical stuff that I cannot talk about, he can answer. So anyways, so I left, and of course my mother was still living in Ibiza. So I went straight from the most strict lifestyle to the most free lifestyle ever. So that made me go a little bit crazy because I didn't know how to use that freedom. So that's my life story, trying to understand, the balance between freedom and no freedom. The balance between responsibility and no responsibility. The balance from all these extremes which are not healthy. And so I decided to start to understand what my ikigai is, and we'll come to that tomorrow morning. No, tomorrow afternoon, I think. So then the Ikigai is the purpose of being, right? So I try to find my purpose of being, which is very complicated and very complex, and I still don't understand. But I have a son, and I know I have to take care of him, so that for me is the main purpose. And then I have to take care of myself, love myself, understand myself, and in that process, be able to share that with others. So that for me was my understanding. Then I said, how do I do that? Okay, so then the first thing, I thought maybe to give it purpose, and I think it's very good purpose is planting trees, because we all need to breathe oxygen, and the trees are the perfect machine that creates oxygen for free. Wow! In a eat or get eaten world of capitalism, I think something that's free is not very valued. Because if it's free, then you are the product. But in this case, you're not the product. The tree is the product. So you understand that, right? If it's free, you are the product. You understand?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, social media, for example. I'm not going to say any names. I don't want to do publicity. But any kind of social media that's free is selling all of your personal information. They're making a lot of money from your information and your time, your energy, your focus, your attention. So that's why when you say the product is free, you are the product. They're selling you, basically. So in the case of trees, that's not happening. You actually plant the trees, and many hundred years after you die, the trees will still be there offering oxygen to sentient beings. And if you want to look at it from a Tibetan Buddhist traditional perspective, without oxygen, forget about any kind of practitioner existing on this planet. And you want to practice Dharma, you need to breathe oxygen. So I think planting trees is more important than building statues or stupas, I believe. Unless, of course, the Buddhas and statues can create oxygen. Of course, the purpose is very different. It's similar, but very different. But the thing is that in a conventional aspect, so we are talking conventional aspects, it's much more difficult to understand the benefit of a stupa or a tree. A stupa or a Buddha, a statue, right? A Tanga. Really, the Tanga's what is helping you to understand is the potential that you have within you. It's more realistic to become a Buddha than to become a millionaire. We think, when I will be a millionaire. When you're a millionaire, you want to become billionaire. So the top of one hill is the bottom of the next one. So it's a never-ending story. Materialism is a never-ending story. So really, if you are satisfied, if you have a gratitude inside your heart, then you have everything. And you have everything, that's what the universe will give you. If you say, I want, the universe says, oh, you want, so you don't have. Right? I need, and the universe says, oh, you don't have. But I say, I have. Then the universe says, oh, you have. So really, it's changing about our perspective and our attitude. Really, so Dharma in a nutshell would be change your attitude and your perspective and change your life and get over it. And in order to adapt positively in any situation. So that'll be Dharma in a nutshell, okay? So going back to why I'm here, so I decided to plant the trees to create communities around the world, because then everybody comes together, So His Holiness the Dalai Lama has 4 pillars, and out of the 4, 2 is environmentalism and religious harmony. So with GTI, Global Tree Initiative, there's many different religions planting trees together, All the religions actually, together. And the purpose is not fighting about who has the best religion, who has the best God, or my text is more pure than yours, or my technique will take you direct to illumination, yours won't, blah, blah, blah. It's not about that, it's about planting trees. That's it. So for me, I think that's a great way of bringing people together in harmony, especially different religions, because His Holiness is always talking about religious harmony and environmentalism, and I really identify with that. So once the trees have been planted and the communities have been created, then we need the culture. So I thought maybe HAK would be a good start for creating the culture, because we have lost a lot of information and wisdom from our ancestors, so we have to bring it back, not just the lineage, right? A lot of different aspects. So how many tribal people and Aborigines and Indigenous we have that have amazing knowledge, but we don't really it's not so available to us, So this is the purpose, to bring all of these things together, create a package. So basically I created the course because everything that is in the course is what I need to become a better person. So everything that we are experiencing is really what I feel that I need. So I offer what I want to receive. So if I want to receive many smiles, then I smile a lot. This is one of the things that we don't understand inside relationships sometimes. We give what we want to receive. And then we don't even know that's happening. Yeah, so if you want to be listened, then the person is going to be listening all the time. If you want the other person to talk a lot and express themselves, and we express ourselves. But maybe that person doesn't understand that that's what we would like to receive. Anyways, it's a tricky combination. Because each person is so different. Up to now there's only been 200 billion humans ever existed. Only 200 billion. But the possibilities of humans is infinite, almost infinite. So the fact that each of us individually exists is literally a miracle. Right? Anyways, that's some other story we'll talk about. But yeah, so for me, the HAK is really what I need to improve in my life. So this is what I'm offering to myself and to all of you. And then what I would like to take away with me is I'm also the kind of lazy person who wants everybody to awaken around him, but not him. As long as everybody's happy, then I'm kind of chill, right? But also that's a big problem for me because I'm always worried that, people are not happy. And maybe it's because of me. So you understand, I have a big ego. I'm very egocentric because I care about other people being happy. And when they're not happy, I think it's because of me, So this is one of the habits I want to change inside this course, if I can. I think I can. No, I don't think. I will. I can. So also, this is the thing. We limit ourselves by the way we think. So also the habits is helping us to change that. So that's what I would like to be able to take away with me. I would like to be happy even when people around me are not happy. I would like to be able to offer the best of myself when I'm not doing well. And I would like to be able to transform the worst of myself as a means to become a better person, because I think when you make mistakes, you're really doing something. If you don't make mistakes, you're not doing anything. So don't be afraid of making mistakes. I made too many mistakes already. But I think I will continue making mistakes because I'll be learning all my life. Even the day I die, I'll be learning the process of death. So that's why, Plato said, I don't know anything. And the wisest man is a man who knows he doesn't know anything. And then somebody asked Plato, who told you that? And he said, my wife. Okay, so now we have an amazing music session. And so we can lie down if we want to listen. We don't have much time because the session finishes at 9:30. And tomorrow people have to wake up, so it's not too much pressure on you. Slowly, but we have really good musicians. And yesterday we listened to the the bowls, what do you call it, singing bowls. And tonight there will be pan arts. It's it looks like a UFO, but it's not a UFO. It's an instrument. So thank you so much. And we'll just do the dedication for the day today. Every day when you wake up, remember gratitude. So tomorrow morning, even though meditation will be different before the yoga, when you wake up, if you have gratitude, that's the first habit we want to create. Thank you so much.